Holborn Dining Room, 252, High Holborn, London WC1V7ENO20-3747-8633. Meal for two, including drinks and service, £60 to £130. My late mother had no truck with religious observance. She preferred cultural signifiers of her Jewishness like a fridge, a belief in the utilitarian qualities of cake liberally applied, and a hatred of silence at the table. There was, however, one way in which she observed Jewish religious ritual, though she was utterly bewildered when I pointed it out to her. She liked to cook gefilte fish, that sustaining mix of ground white fish, bound with matzah meal and sweetened with sugar. It comes in two forms. There is the boiled, served cold with its own fishy jelly, an abomination I always regarded as the closest food could come to cruel and unusual punishment. And then there is the fried, which is a different matter altogether. It should be crisp and golden outside and light and fluffy inside. Cooking them made the house smell of indulgence. I would watch them being lifted from the oil with a slotted spoon to the rack to cool a little. At which point I would try to take one and would have my hand verbally slapped away. Not until they're cold. Pork pie and gravy, served hot from the oven, with a light gravy that speaks loudly of reduction, calves' feet and care. Photograph, Sophia Evans for The Observer. I was baffled. Eventually, I became old enough to do a bit of reading and investigation. Gefilte fish is food for the Sabbath, when no work can be done. They are to be cooked in advance, so the family has something ready for after sundown. Hence, by necessity they are served cold. My mother, who saw religious dogma rightly as the cause of so much suffering, had carried one small piece of it into her kitchen, from her adored grandmother's. When I pointed this out, she was horrified. She let me eat one hot. God, it was good, the just fried shell, yielding beneath my teeth, giving way to gusts of hot, sweet fishy steam and soft white flesh. Oi, and as I believe some people still say, vey. In what I recognize may be one of the greatest dietary non sequiturs of all time, I have long felt the same way about pork pies. I bloody love a pork pie. All culinary traditions have a way of using up bits of animal that might otherwise go to waste, and the pork pie is one of our noblest. I love the interplay of crisp, animal fat-boosted hot water pastry, the dense meaty filling, punched up with white pepper, and then the jelly, reintroduced back to the tight cavities from which it has leaked during cooking. The thing is, I have always wondered how marvelous one would be straight out of the oven. Mutton pie and curry sauce, it comes in a flaky pastry case and is a wonder of soft, yielding meat and potatoes, in a robustly spiced gravy. Photograph, Sophia Evans for The Observer. Hence I must give thanks for Chef Callum Franklin and his pie fetishizing menu at the Holborn Dining Room, the restaurant of London's Rosewood Hotel. His hand-raised pork pie, the lid twisted into pleats at the corners, is served hot from the oven, with a light gravy that speaks loudly of reduction, calves' feet and care. The compressed filling is made with smoked bacon and is a bold expression of pig. The case is perhaps a little dark in places, but as a man who burns his toast on purpose, I'm not going to complain. It snaps and crunches. Readers often note the cost of a meal at the restaurants I review, and wince. I put a price on the works, which is to say 3 courses plus a bottle of wine between 2 and water. There are always cheaper ways, and at the Holborn Dining Rooms these pies are one of them. That glorious pork number costs £20, with gravy, and will set you up for the day. If you can get a cheaper one at your local pub, go right ahead. It won't be any good. It will be that pork cyst, from Mike Lee's Life is Sweet, executed with aggression and disdain, and packed away in a shell of edible MDF. It won't come with brilliant gravy. It won't be served hot, and you won't get to eat it in a bustling brasserie with leather banquettes and shiny bits of brass, lots of parquet and hanging lights with bare filamented bulbs. It won't be served to you by gorgeous waiters wearing tartan trousers. And your pub won't have a dedicated pie room, of honey-coloured pie moulds, waiting for Franklin's brilliant pastry-clad wonders. But really, go ahead. Enjoy your lesser pork pie. Scotch egg, it's not a great piece of innovation, it's just all done perfectly. Photograph, Sophia Evans for The Observer. Part of this bluster is because I feel stupid for not having come here before. It's like there was a shop making beautiful shoes that would fit me perfectly all along, but which I ignored in favor of someone flogging awful floppy loafers. I came because of my recently published rant about things restaurants do badly, which included pies. I said they send out casseroles with lids. And many do. But, as others pointed out, there's always Callum Franklin doing things properly at the Holborn Dining Room. The day we are there, the pie list includes a chicken, girolles and tarragon number, a potato, comté and caramelized onion option, a steak and kidney suet pudding and a curried mutton pie. I also order the latter. It comes in a flaky pastry case and is a wonder of soft-yielding meat and potatoes in a robustly spiced gravy. There is more of the same in a jug on the side. It's surrounded by mango salsa. If it had been winter, we would have thrown on chips, because carbohydrates squared is always the way to go, but it's summer so we eat our glossy spring greens and a salad of the sweetest tomatoes with shallots and basil, and still crave a lie down later. There were starters, tangles of deep-fried squid tentacle with mayo, boosted by the liberal addition of gentleman's relish, the great anchovy paste that makes you blink and smack your lips. We tried their Scotch egg, which won the annual competition. It's not a great piece of innovation, it's just all done perfectly. The sausage meat casing is ripe and crisp in all the right places. The yolk runs. It is still warm. Tangles of deep-fried squid tentacle with mayo. Photograph, Sophia Evans for The Observer to clinch it. For dessert they serve a perfect Paris breast, the bicycle wheel-shaped choux pastry circle, filled with praline cream, with added bits of praline for crunch. There may have been an elderflower jelly with mascarpone ice cream, because I take my job seriously. Naturally enough, there's a wider menu, of butch steaks and robust salads. They do hot buttered shrimps and Cornish crab toast, and hurrah for all that. But if you came here and didn't order a pie, you would be a complete idiot. Don't let me down. News bites at the other end of the scale. Pie Cram Arbor, in both Winchester and Southampton, can satisfy both your pie and vintage magazine needs. Their pies have names like Holy Cow, Billy the Kid and Al Piscino, and come from both their own kitchens and Peaminster. Sides, creamy, cheesy and mustardy mashed minted mushy peas, are good, too. A single pie costs £5.75. piecaramba.co.uk. For the rest of July, Chef Ravinder Bogle's restaurant Giconi, in London's Marylebone, will be serving community lunches priced at £12, with £1 donated to Marylebone Food Cycle and the Felix Project. Platters will include the likes of coriander stuffed sardines, sour pomegranate chicken, or potato, onion and herb pakores. GiconaLondon.com. Clean freaks of the world unite. The app of your dreams has arrived. Clean, no, we will not excuse the spelling, is designed for anybody who has ever wanted to be able to rate restaurant toilets. It's not my idea of fun, but it might be yours. Download the app or visit Clean World. Email j@j.rayner@observer.co.uk or follow him on Twitter @jrayner1.